Hi. Hi, guys. Okay, so before I even look at the live chat and see who of you are in here, I want to get a few things out of the way. So this has, better replay value for those of us who are getting into the stream later, watching this after it's already been posted. I did a poll on my channel recently where I asked what you wanted to see from my channel. Um, and the results were really interesting to me. So, number one, far and away so far, is esoteric, philosophical, sociological, and/or psychological content, which makes me very happy because this is precisely the kind of stuff that just gets my creative juices going. I could talk about these sorts of things all day. And these are things that I'm continually wanting to learn more about and understand, not only to better understand myself as a complex and multi layered human being, but also to understand the world around me and fellow humans because, hey, man, it's just fascinating. So that was far and away the biggest that won out of the poll. That won out with 34% of the vote. Granted, I only got 41 votes. So if you guys haven't voted yet, please go vote on that poll because I'm curious what you think. I imagine some of you may have noticed over the past couple years, I've kind of been pivoting my channel a little bit as far as the content that I'm creating, what I'm exploring, and partially that's because I've had a huge upheaval in my life, and I've gone through a lot. And what's really important to me with this channel is remaining authentic to myself. But what's also important to me about this channel is connecting authentically with those of you who have been awesome enough to join and stick around and be yourselves with me, because I think that's beautiful. And I think that's what makes the internet and YouTube in particular such a special place. Now, I realize, of course, that, you know, short form things are in right now with TikTok and Instagram stories. But those of you who know me know that I'm not really active on any social media other than right here on YouTube. And that's how I like it. Um, Not that there aren't beautiful things to come from other forms of social media, but I just love YouTube. It's my favorite platform to engage with and watch. And this is where I consume most of my content. So, yeah, anyway, back to the poll. I want you guys to think of stuff that you'd like to talk about tonight with the stream. And obviously, with streams moving forward, I'd love, obviously, the best case scenarios that we all get to talk about things that we want to and explore topics that are interesting to us, perplexing to us, things that can help us understand ourselves better and other people better and the world better. And even if we do that through talking about film, talking about our favorite franchises, talking about television, it can all come back to more esoteric or philosophical or psychological subjects, which is what I want to do with this channel. Anyway, I realize I'm ignoring the chat. I want to say hi to you guys. I just want to kind of get through this spiel that I just want to update everybody with. So yes, keep in mind if you guys have any questions or commentary about what's been going on in the world, what's been going on in your personal life as far as more esoteric, philosophical, sociological, or psychological context, let's see if we can kind of center the conversation around that. Obviously, I value all of yours inputs and all of your input, and I can't wait to hear what some of you guys have been going through and experiencing. And I don't know, it's been a long time since I've streamed, and I have been pivoting my content to try to resonate more with what I've been going through in my own personal journey. But I don't want to leave any of you guys out of the loop. I want to make sure that everyone feels like they're still getting something from this channel and this community. And all that being said, I definitely have some guilt, personal guilt around feeling like I've kind of stepped away from this platform in a sense. And I feel like I stepped away right when I was sort of starting to build into it and build myself into a place where I felt confident. But any of you who know me a little bit more closely realize that the last couple of years have been, challenging for me. I've had some loss and I've had to really work through that. And those losses that I had, not only were they challenging, but I learned a lot about myself through facing them. And I want my channel to reflect that. I've never wanted my channel to be anything less than an authentic reflection of who I am and what I'm going through. So to those of you who have stuck around, I don't say this lightly. Thank you. It means so much. And when I see your familiar faces popping up and your names and your profile photos showing up that are so familiar over, some of you have been here for several years now, some of you are newer, but those of you who've made an impression on me have made an impression on me. I recognize you, and hearing from you means a lot. And whether you've been supportive of every type of video that I do, whether it's kind of wacky random stuff or more deeply thought out things, or whether it's just these live streams that I do once in a while, regardless, it matters and it means a lot to me. So thank you. Truly, thank you so much. It's exciting to be here. I've just been super nervous. I've been in my own head about streaming because it used to be one of the most exciting things to chat with you guys and talk, but I got in my own head, which is very easy for me to do, and I just kind of pushed it away. But I don't want you guys to think that I was pushing you away. So real quick, before I get to the chat, I see you guys. I'm so excited to see you and say your names and say hello to you guys. But before I get back to the chat, back to that poll. So number one that won out was, you guys want to hear more esoteric, philosophical, sociological, and or psychological content. Yes, awesome. We will get more of that. We will talk more about that. I can talk about that stuff forever because it is one of the most fascinating things in the world to me. What was follow-up? Follow-up was live streams. So here we are. We're on a live stream. Maybe we can combine the two. Then next after that was film analysis and reviews, which I love doing. The reason I started this channel in the first place was to kind of, obviously, those of you who saw my first video was me just kind of rambling about how much I did not like the new Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi, at the time. But I've since, obviously expanded my repertoire of film that I've seen, and I'd love to do more reviews and analysis and interpretations. And I can talk about Star Wars forever and all the other properties that I love. I just rewatched The Fly the other night with Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. Oh my gosh, what a wild ride. What a fun movie. I saw Nope in theaters. Last film I saw in theaters. First film I saw in theaters for a while. Love to talk about that anyway. And then next was movement follow-alongs, which some of you may have noticed that I've been doing. Something near and dear to my heart is connecting with my physical body, mind-body connection, using the force, so to speak, and channeling that through physical connection. So I've done some of those movement follow-alongs. They actually did very well algorithmically on my channel. And so that's cool. I will continue to make those if you guys want to see them. I posted one today. You can check it out if you want to. They're very gentle. They're very easygoing. I'm not doing crazy pull-ups or push-ups or anything yet. I'm sure you can get yourself there if you really want to. Maybe we can be on the journey together. And then last but not least was self-improvement and or wellness, because clearly that's a topic near and dear to my heart as well. We will get around to that one day. But in the meantime, I know what to focus on. You guys have told me what to focus on. Please do continue to put your votes in if you haven't yet. So I'd really love to hear from you. And then, of course, I got so many beautiful comments from you guys that I really appreciate in the comment section, which were lovely. Many of you said all of the above, which was very sweet and bolstered my spirit. So thank you. Okay, now let's get to the actual chat. I see you guys. I see you guys. I'm so excited to see you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, Macy was here before. Macy had to leave. Thank you, Macy, so much for your super chat. That was super sweet of you to let me know you couldn't make it. No worries. I hope you catch this on the rebound. I'm giving you love, sending you love. Thank you for all you do. Hello, Charlie Stevenson. It's awesome to see you. Optic Racer. I'm imagining you're either still in the shower if you're a long showerer, or you might have just hopped out. So hopefully you've rejoined us. Gary Schartz. Hello, Gary Stevenson. Oh, Charlie Stevenson. I already said hello to you. All right, we got that. Dermot. Hi, Dermot McQuaid. Good to see you as always. Keck44. Good to see you again so soon. Ping Stag Brandon. Hello. Nice to see you. Fez, awesome to see you. Ultimate Toby, 360. Oh my gosh. Always awesome to see you. Love seeing you here. It's been a while. Yes, it has. King of Ruckus. Hello, King of Ruckus. King of Ruckus has been with me since my very first, very awkward, very cringy video. So the fact that you've been with me through all the cringe that you have endured watching me, the cringe experience, I appreciate you. You're awesome. You dare hey says, wow, a Kelly sighting twice in one day. Yes, I know. It's crazy. We'll talk about it later. I'll explain. If any of you want to hear the internal process of working through some of my mental blocks and biggest fears in life, I can go on and on about that when it comes to YouTube, because shockingly, YouTube is one of the scariest, most vulnerable places in the world for me, but it's also one of the things that I absolutely love. And I know that the more that I do it, the more fulfilling it is. And you guys are always worth it. Gen X, Kelly streaming. Oh my God. Yes. Hi, Gen X. Good to see you. Iron Raiden. Great to see you again. When I say great to see you again, I premiered a video earlier today. I've never done this before. I premiered a video and I had a live in the same day. Very exciting. So it's good to see those of you that were at the premiere again. Wise Guys Entertainment. Hello. Okay, you're on another panel. Eric K. Hi, Eric K. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for your super chat. I miss you. I hope you're doing well, Eric. Taking good care of yourself. I had the privilege of getting to meet Eric K. actually on the Vegas trip. I can't believe that was over a year. Was that over a year ago now? That was wow. But yes, awesome. Awesome to see you, Eric K. And thank you so much for your super chat. It's very sweet of you. Let me make sure. Did I miss one? I hope I didn't miss. I still am trying to figure out this whole back end screen thing. Give me a second. All right. Okay. We're going to get back to that. I'm still going through the early comments. Let me make sure I get all these. Phil, hi, Phil, TMNT. Great to see you. Shane Nolan, awesome seeing you again, Shane. Mateus, hi. Oh, I know you, I understand you can't stay, but it's great seeing you. Thank you for dropping in. Kermit Frog, hi. Kermit Frog asks, been a long time since you live streamed. Are you going to try to do it more? Yes. And possibly no, but yes, my answer that I want the answer to be is yes. I really do want to live stream more. I miss this. I think I get in my own head about it. I get really nervous, but I want to do this. Like, let's hope tonight's stream goes well and I don't have a mental breakdown, but that would at least be entertaining for you guys if I did. But yes, let's let's say short answer, yes, I want to stream more and I intend to. It's my goal. It is one of my goals to do that more. Steve, hi, Steve. Great seeing you, Steve. Steve's another one, another awesome. Round of applause for Steve because he's awesome. Oh, so good to see you guys. This is so great. Fez says, heck, it seems like YouTube is trying to become TikTok. I know, all these shorts being pumped into our feeds. I can't lie. I must confess, when I see a cute animal in a short thumbnail, and I know it's just a few seconds long, I have to watch it. I'll watch shorts for cute animals. That's how they get me. So I'll watch that, but I will never, ever, ever download TikTok. I will never download TikTok. I know people love it. I know it's addictive, which is one of the reasons I will never go on there. I am clean of all social media other than YouTube. This is my place. This is my home. YouTube is my happy place. I love YouTube so much. And I know you guys, I know you guys love it too, because you guys are here too. So you guys understand what it's like to have a happy place on YouTube. I love it so much. Oh, Wise Guys, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see who else is here. Matt G. Hi, Matt G. Hi, 80 Edits. Oh my gosh. Hey, it's awesome seeing you here. Oh, Alex, how are you doing? Your channel is taking off, guys. I shouldn't have to tell you this, but one of the most beautifully edited, just a talented editor, beautiful work, beautiful compilations, videos, re-edits. Please check out 80 Edits. I cannot give him enough applause, another round of applause and shout outs. He's awesome. He's going places. The force is strong with him. Check him out. He doesn't just do Star Wars. He does a lot of other properties that I know you guys might be into if you're geeky like I am. Lord of the Rings. I mean, House of the Dragon, I think, right, Alex? I think you're doing House of the Dragon stuff. Keep going. I don't have to tell you that. Beautiful work. Chef's kiss. Beautiful. Mason 1024. Oh my gosh. Hi, Mason. It's so good to see you here. I love seeing you here. This is awesome. I know you're a man of few words when it comes to YouTube comments, but it is beautiful to see you here. Thank you for joining. Addis! Oh my gosh, Addis! Oh, thank you so much for your super chat. 50 big ones. 50 big ones. Addis, thank you. We're off to a bang with this. Thank you. That means a lot. You're a sweetheart. I love what I think is a Yorkie sleeping in your profile photo. You've made me smile in a multitude of ways today. Thank you so much. You're very sweet, and it's always beautiful to see your face here. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are very generous and very kind. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys, this rocks. Oh my gosh. Montana, hello, girl. Again, I get to see you again twice in one evening. I love you. Don't cry. We can cry together. Our Montana and I have streamed a few times on Jesse's channel, and she's just so much fun to talk to. Oh my gosh, this girl. I don't know if you've started your channel yet, Montana. I hope you do. I know you're doing a lot of writing and reading right now, but you have a lot of cool stuff to say. So I hope you're still working on that. I really do, because you're got to get those beautiful thoughts of yours out there. Beautiful stuff. Kermit Frog, yes. Yes, I'm going to try to do it more. All right, let's see. Oh, I love this. I love seeing you guys talking. Thanks for saying no apologies necessary, Shane. You rock. You dare, hey. Oh, Nowhere Man says his well wishes and regrets not being at being unable to attend live. Please send him my love. He left me one of the sweetest comments. I think it was on my recent poll. He left a beautiful comment that really warmed my heart and lifted my spirits. So please tell him I send my regards as well. Thank you, Yodare Harry, for the super chat. It's very sweet. And thank you for showing up at the live again. Oh, Stuntbrat. Oh my gosh, it's good to see you again. How are you? I met Stuntbrat in one of Kai's streams once, and you are awesome. I hope you're doing well, taking good care of yourself. It's great seeing you again. Oh, guys, it's awesome seeing you. Oh my gosh. Alex, you rock. I hope you know that. Oh, this is really cool. All right, guys, what are we talking about tonight? All right, so before I continue with the chat itself, I would really love to format today's talk around, obviously, because so many of the answers were around more esoteric, philosophical, psychological, sociological stuff. Maybe think of a question or maybe even a statement or a good quote that you have that revolves around any of those topics, and we can kind of discuss, because I want this to be kind of a more long form commentary where we can have a rhetoric going on, a back and forth. There could be a conversation about it in the live chat. I can be talking about it and expressing my thoughts and bouncing ideas off of each other in the chat. It's obviously great to see all of you guys. It's very exciting, but we all know that I tend to ramble and go off on tangents. So in order to kind of hold this stream together in a way where we're on a journey together, I'd love if some of you guys can start, I don't know, writing out a question, even if it pertains to your personal life or if it pertains to an observation you've made about, what is Nova doing? Hi, Nova. About whether it pertains to society as you're seeing it unfold right now, the world. Obviously, there's a lot of polarizing topics out there today, but I, as always, will try to stay as balanced and open-minded in my answers as possible because, you know, that's my favorite thing to do. I love to see all sides. And I love to explore these things. So let's think about that. Hi, KS Hoy. I'm going to just scroll through the rest of these. Star Wars, Elseworlds. I have not seen Andor yet. Should I? Should I see it? I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me. Should I see it? What's worth watching now? Like I said, I just rewatched The Fly recently, the Jeff Goldblum one. Beautiful. Freaking love The Fly. Practical effects. Freaking love practical effects. Oh my gosh. Montana, you actually really like Nope. You know, I don't know if I'd use the word like for me, but it stuck with me, which I really appreciate. I don't have to like something, but if it sticks with me, that's good. I like that. If you can stick with me or freak me out as a film, like I can think of a few examples of films that I did not like, but what stuck with me. And if we're going to stick with the horror genre, I'll say one of those is Teeth. And the other one is, I think it's called Dead Girl. And I did not like them. They freaked me out. But boy, did they stick with me. Nope stuck with me. It definitely stuck with me. I appreciated some of the elements of it, but we won't go into that too deeply yet, unless everybody here wants to. Dr. Coffin Nails, I agree. The Fly is a great film. Love it so much. Attack Pig, yes! You did just catch a live. You did it. Yes, Moons of Madness, Cronenberg's Fly is genius. It is. And I was so surprised because I haven't seen it since I was probably in high school. I've watched it several times over the years since I was young. I think the first time I saw it, I was like 8. And boy, did it freak me out. The baboon, the first time with the baboon, oh, I still makes me nervous watching that scene. But yeah. But the pacing is so good, especially for a film from the 80s, which they tend to be a little bit, some of them can be a little gratuitous in their pacing. They can be either way too slowly paced and just not kind of loose in the way that they're constructed. I think when I look back at a lot of 80s stuff, but the pacing's really solid. I have to say, I can't think of it being much tighter than it already was. The Fly, tight, good movie, love it. Attack Pig, I vote for chaos and insanity. Oh, you guys are awesome. It's great to see you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Smash the like button. Thank you so much. Very sweet. Seriously, guys, go check out his channel. You won't regret it. It's beautiful. Beautiful stuff. And then also ADHD, check out ADHD because he does live streams with his roommate and I guess fellow channel owner there at ADHD. They do great live streams and they do talk about Star Wars. And I imagine you guys are talking about Andor now, which I am not. So if you guys need an Andor talk fix, go for it. Oh, Attack Pig. I think I was here for your first video. LOL. It's been years now. Oh, I love that. I love the OGs. Those of you who are here from my original videos, and I know I'm still a cringy person. I will always own how cringy I am. But those of you who are here for the original videos when I was so like disorganized and all over the place, you guys are real ones. Thank you for sticking around because I realize I've had to really tighten things up, channel things a little bit more, be a little more streamlined in my approach. I still get nervous, but I feel like I'm more myself. I also feel like I need to calm down a little bit because I'm anxious right now. Oh, but it's just great to see you guys. Hi, Imagini. Awesome seeing you. Good to see you in the chat. Oh, hi, G-Boy 1973. Hi, Tony Movie. Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp. Oh, fan. The #1 is gone. You changed. It used to be Tony Movie Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp #1 fan, but now it's just Tony Movie Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp fan. What happened? I'm curious. My interest has been piqued. Hello, Mattuine. Thank you, Doctor Coffin Nails. It means a lot that you don't want me to have a mental breakdown. I don't want to have one either. Bone, hello again, Bone. It's awesome to see you. Oh, good to see you again so soon. Mm. All right. Hi, Ben versus reality. All right, all right. George Lucas is here again. George Lucas, you were in my premiere earlier today, and you had the same set of eyes, and now you're here again with the same set of eyes. I hope you're doing well, George Lucas. I hope you're I hope you're taking good care of those big beautiful eyes of yours. Aw, Addis, Freya is a Morkie, and she's actually sleeping on my lap right now. What is a Morkie? So, a Yorkie and, I don't know what the M is. A Morkie. I don't think I've heard of that. Alright, I'm very behind. Let me keep going. Aw, Chaos Hoy, thank you for the super chat. Hi, Magic Kelly, Jed and Bunny. Thank you so much for the super chat, Chaos Hoy. That's very sweet of you. It's nice to see you. Montana. At this point, I don't even know why people are still watching superhero movies. That's actually something I'm very curious about. If you are still watching superhero movies, I would very much love to know what you still garner from them, what you enjoy, what you're getting out of them, if you feel disheartened or drained, or if you just are really still enjoying them. I'd love to know. DM, the arm wrestling scene scared me for life, scarred me for life. Yeah, the fly. I still have to avert my eyes when that scene comes on. I cannot, for the life, I cannot watch that scene. Absolutely not. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Hi, Daniel H. Jong. Good to see you. Salem, Paris. Yes, I like the Beatles. I love the Beatles. My go-to music. Okay, let me name my top favorite bands. Just to answer quickly. Pink Floyd, not in any particular order. Pink Floyd, The Beach Boys, Simon and Garfunkel, My Chemical Romance, Bob Marley. Yeah, those are my top favorites. But I love so many different types of music. I love the Beatles. I love so many different types of music. The only type of music, I'm sorry if this offends anyone, the only type of music I can't get into is country, although I love Johnny Cash. Love Johnny Cash. Love Johnny Cash. All right. Hi, Thomas Woodford. Oh, it's good to see you too. All right, all right, all right. Aw. All right. Yadair, hey, I agree. I think stakes are vitally important when it comes to any type of media, any type of text. If there are no stakes for the character to be facing, what's the investment? Where's the emotional core? If I don't feel pulled in any direction to root for someone, or if I don't feel pulled in any direction emotionally to hope that someone makes it out, alive or as a better person, there's no gravity to the text, whether that's film. I mean, books can be way more than film these days, I think, in a lot of ways, because film is so restricted by how much they project to make now. So it's really hard unless you're an independent filmmaker, or you're in a filmmaker that still has a lot of what's the word? Integrity. It's hard to continue along that line. We can talk about that forever too. All right, Ultimate Toby. I'd say I'm one of the newcomers on this channel, but it truly warms my heart that I've managed to make a big impact on you, Kelly. Thank you, Ultimate Toby. I do recognize you because you've always shown up in the streams and comments with just great stuff to add and meaningful things to bounce off of. You've shared some of yourself. You've been open about your life, and really that's all it takes. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at putting faces to names. And when I recognize someone and I recognize what they contribute when we're in a setting together, whether that's through live streams or videos or in person or in any social setting, really, this is a social setting. That's what stands out most to me is when people can show up and be themselves. And I really value when people are willing to be vulnerable. I just think that's beautiful. I think that's such a testament to the human spirit when people can show up in that way. I also love when people can make me laugh. So those are two of my favorite things: vulnerability, um, a new way of seeing things, being able to change my mind in a way that is gentle yet affirmative. I love that. I love when I'm opinionated about something, but someone can gently like lift the veil of my own perception away so that I can change my mind on something. One of the best feelings ever. I highly recommend it. That's why I try to never be too dogmatic in any of my beliefs or polarized in any of my opinions, because I do feel like some of the most some of the most some of the biggest gut punches I've had in my life have been realizing that I'm wrong about something. But I've learned to love that feeling because it just humbles me as a human being. So anyone that can do that, beautiful, as long as you do it kindly, and with empathy, because there are people that try to change people's minds in a really harsh, um, almost like down talking way. And I'm not a fan, not a fan of that. And we're better than that as a species. I think we're a little bit more evolved than that. Anyway, let's keep going. Attack pig. Mental breakdowns are fun. I'm sure they can be very entertaining. Ooh, Steve Yarnell, great question. It's Scary Movie Month. What's everyone watching? Yeah, I love that question. I love spooky season. I just love it. I kicked it off with a bang with The Fly, for sure. That was great, but I'm always looking for new scary movies. As some of you know, I love horror with heart, so stuff that has a strong emotional core to it. Love it. Love it so much. All right. Maltese, that's what it is. Okay, so it's a Maltese and a Yorkie, a Morkie. Very cute, very cute. I love it. Hi, Achilles Jones. Welcome to the chat, my friend. Salem, Paris. Yes, Redemption Song is so great. Redemption Song is so beautiful. I love it. I feel it in my soul. It's so beautiful. Bob Marley is one of the most stripped down, just his sound, the soul that he puts into it, his heart, you can just feel it. And I love the instrumentals along with it. And his other singers that he has along with him, just some of the most beautiful, beautiful music. Very natural, very stripped down. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love Redemption Song. It's gorgeous. The Man in Black, Shane Nolan. I haven't seen that. Is that a Stephen King reference? Macca P. Okay, coffee, guitar, and bunny stream. Yay, what a day. Fez, I was that way too, but living in Florida has changed my opinion. See, I lived in Florida for a while. I went to university in Florida, but I did not live there long enough for it to change my opinion of country. But I was in South Florida, so it wasn't as country-esque. South Florida is where I was listening to, I mean, a lot of Bob Marley, some 311. I was ironically into a lot of punk rock at the time when I was in Florida. But not country, not country at the time, but who knows? I'm always open to having my mind changed, as I just said, so we'll see. Moons of Madness, Johnny Cash is his own genre. Yeah, I'll say. That's a good point. King of Ruckus, superhero movies definitely losing interest. Spider-Man No Way Home was probably the last great one for a while, and it was far from perfect. Yeah. I think Spider-Man was a holdout for a while for a lot of people, keeping them coming back, keeping the emotional core to it. But I just have fatigue with big budget movies in general. So it's really hard to get me into a theater to see a movie with a huge budget unless it's really well done and well received by critics that I tend to agree with. Oh no, we have one of those bots in here. I'm just blocking them. I'm sure someone else did it already, but sorry guys. Okay. I need to catch up with the chat. Thank you, Bottle. Yeah, you guys noticed. Okay. All right. Spider-Man. Hi, Spider-Man 24 New York. Good to see you. I think I'm almost caught up. Am I? Wow, Steve Yarnell. I'm a huge 1930s classic horror film. White Zombie's a good one. Wow, I wouldn't, Steve, that's so interesting. I wouldn't have known that you were into 1930s classic horror. Very interesting. Very Montana. I love Scooby-Doo. Oh, Shane Nolan, Johnny Cash, the Man in Black. Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you were talking about horror. I thought we were. See, this is why keeping up with the chat is important. I thought we were on different tangents. You were still talking about Johnny Cash. I thought we were talking about horror movies. I thought you were referencing the Man in Black, which I think is a character from not The Stand. Is it The Stand? I don't know. It's a Stephen King, the Tower, Dark Tower, the Man in Black. Thank you, Montana. Yes, Johnny Cash was referred to as the Man in Black. See, I didn't know that. I guess I'm not a good enough Johnny Cash fan. I love Johnny Cash. Everybody's correcting everyone saying it. Man in Black, yeah, you guys all know. Tony movie chap D9 Neil Blomkamp fan. Yes, I've seen Jennifer. Let's call it Megan's Body because it's Megan Fox. I love Jennifer's Body. I love Jennifer's Body. That is a fun movie. Is it a guilty pleasure? Yes, because I don't know if people actually like that movie, but I unironically love that movie. I love the atmosphere. Hang on. Excuse me. I love the tone. I love the humor. I love that it's dark humor. Yeah, I just love it. I think it's awesome. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm gonna lose my. I'm gonna keep scrolling while I can't talk. Oh, Chaos Hoy. Kelly, you're my one favorite. You are one of my favorite YouTuber. Thank you, Chaos Hoy. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. And thank you for your super chat. That's beautiful. And you also say, I don't even care about Hollywood anymore. I don't care about Hollywood at all. I still think some good films come out. I think a lot of them are not from the Hollywood system, though. The Hollywood system sucks. I'm over it. I'm over the Hollywood system. Not interested. I like some of the smaller movies and some of the good holdouts. There's still some good directors out there, like I said before, with integrity, that are still creating meaningful pieces of film, which is awesome. But a lot of good stuff comes from abroad now. There's a lot of great, obviously, international films. And even international television now. There's so much out there that doesn't have to be a part of the Hollywood system. The Hollywood system is just doing its thing, and it's like, I'm over it. Don't like it. Not a fan. Yeah. Exactly. Optic Racer. Big budget movies that have no feel, no sense of cause and consequence. Exactly. Matt G says, invite the bot on the stream. That's funny. I wonder if anyone's ever done that, invited the bot on the stream and seen like who the person is behind all of it. Stephen Yarnell. Oh, he's talking to Gary Sharts, but Arsenic and Old Lace. I saw a reading of that once at a county theater, and Christopher Walken and Joanne Woodward were part of it. I forget who the other two actors were, local actors, I believe, but it was Christopher Walken and Joanne Woodward, and of course they were awesome. I mean, who doesn't love Christopher Walken? Christopher Walken is a gem. What a gem. Oh my gosh. I love Christopher Walken. Oh my gosh. Oh. Eric K. Sorry, I was getting some frittata I just made. Beautiful, Eric. And thank you again for your super chat. In case you missed my my gratitude when you were making your frittata. Thank you. That was so sweet to see your super chat before. Thank you so much. And I hope you were enjoying your frittata. Yes, Montana. Oh, Montana. Oh, I saw a video essay the other day on Stephen King. Oh my gosh, actually, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. I watched a few video essays on Stephen King. I wish I could tell you which one, but check out the channel. It's called In Praise of Shadows. And he's just a horror fan in general. He goes over horror manga, horror films, I think he's covered some Stephen King stuff. He's just if any of you guys are fans of horror, I really recommend In Praise of Shadows. He does some really cool video essays on that kind of stuff. He's done horror comic books. He did a great series on uh, Batman, and when he thought that Gotham was at its best. I forget who the comic book artist was, but he did a beautiful breakdown of that. I think I have a playlist on my channel that's all about comic books, just of videos that I've saved that I really like. But I don't know if it's public. I'll have to check that out. But seriously, check out In Praise of Shadows if you guys like horror. It's really, really good stuff. Okay. Catching up. Thomas Woodford, I hear you. Yeah, horror can be a lot to take and when it's super dark. And I don't like really nihilistic horror. I'm not a fan of nihilistic horror. I do appreciate cosmic horror and Lovecraftian horror. But as far as my favorite type of horror, I'd have to say it's always horror that has a strong emotional core, a heart to it, and it cares about its characters. That will always be my favorite form of horror. So if you ever wanna tiptoe back into horror again, I really recommend, Mike Flanagan. And if it's been a really long time, Frank Darabont, because he's been around for a while. Mike Flanagan's kind of newer, but he always has a really like beautiful and humanistic core to his horror films. And I wouldn't even call them horror. I think they're a new genre all on their own. They have horror elements, but they're really more about people, relationships, and kind of how everyone works through trauma in different ways. So it's beautifully done, very psychological. Salem, Paris, what's my go-to drink? I don't really drink alcohol a lot. If I do drink alcohol, I really love sake. I just love how clean and crisp the flavor is. So I love sake. I like it cold, but I will drink it hot if I have to. And then once in a while, I'll have like a hard kombucha. I don't know if that's like if that counts, but yeah, I don't really drink a lot of alcohol. I very rarely drink, maybe for special occasions socially, but I'm a lightweight, so it takes me like half a drink to feel a buzz. So I try to just taper it there. But my go-to drink in general is Zevia. I love this. I love this. Oh my gosh, the bot is back. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Now I'm planning to watch Jeepers Creepers Montana. Yeah, I actually Jeepers Creepers is fun. The first quarter of that movie is really fun, really cool. I mean, it goes a little ham, obviously. If you know Jeepers Creepers, you know it goes a little ham later on, but it's fun. Shane Nolan loves Christopher Walken. Me too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, one of a kind talent. Exactly, Iron Raiden. I agree. Optic Racer says, remember Kelly Salem's Lot, original 1979. I still have to watch Salem's Lot because I know it's like a 3-hour dedication and I really want to watch it, but I want to make sure I have the time to really dedicate because I think I want to watch it all at once or maybe split it in half and have like like a day-long intermission. But this is the time of year to watch it. Yes. Pops, just remember we need more cowbell. Yes. Yes. Ugh. Moons of Venice, exactly. Christopher Walken owns every scene he's in. Love his work. Oh, could not agree more. He is a stellar. He's just a fascinating human. He's one of those very enigmatic actors that no matter how much he does, no matter how many roles he takes, there's still that quality about him where you feel like he's giving himself to the role, but there's still another side to him that we'll never know, and I love that. It's like very Jack Nicholson. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on Jack Nicholson. I love him so much. Oh, Christopher Walken, yeah. I hope I hope Jack Nicholson's doing well because oh, love him. Phil TMNT, hi Phil TMNT. Wasn't Tubi, go to check its availability. Yeah, I was about to watch it last weekend actually, but I just didn't have the time, so I'll check again. I think it was on Tubi or Shudder. So I have Shudder. So I somehow have a free subscription to Shudder. I don't know how that happened. I haven't paid for Shudder in like over a year, but I just have it, which is fun. But I noticed after the first year that I was on there, they're not as strong in their uploads anymore. I don't know. I haven't been loving a lot of the content that they offer. Um, but if I'm wrong, let me know. High Generation Productions. Yeah, Montana, definitely check out In Praise of Shadows. He's really good. I think you'll appreciate his stuff because he delves into stuff that I think the kinds of stuff that you would like anyway, because he's very focused on the writing element. So I know that's your bag. Matthew with them. Thank you. Your thumbnail is so funny. Thank you. Yeah. I made that one last year, I think. That was one of the last times I streamed, and I called the stream, "A stream is never late, nor is it early. It arrives precisely when it means to." So that's why I'm Gandalf, and I obviously superimposed Nova, my cat, on my lap. So yeah, that's me. Finally calming down. I finally feel my energy coming down. Now I'm keeping up with you guys. The duck. Will you give me an Oculus? The duck. I don't know what you mean. I've seen Oculus, the Mike Flanagan movie, if that's what you're referring to. Oh my gosh, Patrick Miller. Hang on, Patrick. I'm gonna get to you in a second, but hang on. Steve, thank you so much for your super chat for 19.99. Thank you, Steve. Oh, gotta get work done, Kelly. No, don't leave, Steve. I couldn't miss a Jedi Bunny stream. I'll try to drop in again if you're still on. Cheers and hail to the chat. Okay, Steve, I understand. It's so great having you here. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you for being here. Steve, you're seriously just the best. Thank you so much. Like, you guys, please give Steve a shout out because he's one of the, like, I hope you guys realize, like, I think most of you here, most of the names that I've read here so far tonight, you guys are like in my corner, and I feel that, and it means a lot to see you here. There are some people that I just keep seeing, you keep showing up, and you're so there for me, and you're so supportive, and you believe in me even when I haven't believed in myself, and that means so much to me because, like I said, I touched on it earlier, YouTube has been so scary for me because I really feel historically I've been so scared of putting myself out there, and it's also really rewarding, but it's really scary. And I don't know, I don't know if any of you guys have your own channels or like if any of you can relate to this in any other sort of context, but it is definitely like a very vulnerable feeling. But knowing that you have people that care about you, that are in your corner, that support you, that believe in you, it means the world. So thank you, Stephen, for always showing up and just being like you make me feel seen, heard, and worthy. And I hope all of you always feel seen, heard, and worthy because you are. So thank you. Anyway, that was my speech. Thank you for your super chat, Steve, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. Go get that work done and enjoy. And Patrick Miller. Oh my gosh. Hi, Patrick. It's really good to hear from you. I have not seen Suspiria, either the first one or the second one. I know you love Red Letter Media. I did watch Mike and Jay, or was it Mike and Jay? But I watched their review of Suspiria, and it made me really want to see, especially the new one, but it also freaked me out, and I have a feeling that movie would really freak me out and rattle me to my core, so I'm a little scared to see it. You know me better. So let me know if you think I should see it, because if you think I should see it and it wouldn't disturb me too much, maybe I'll try it, but I don't know. Something about it freaks me out a little bit. The duck, I don't know what you mean about an Oculus. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I like the movie Oculus, but I don't know how to give anyone an Oculus unless that's like I don't know what that means. But I wish you well in finding your Oculus. I do. Eric K. Needful Things book is better, but I liked both. I need to read Needful Things. I haven't seen the film. I cut my teeth on Stephen King. That was how I would say before I found Stephen King, I didn't really like reading as a kid, but when I found Stephen King, I got so into reading, and people can say what they want about Stephen King. To me, I love his style. I love the way he writes. I love the way he writes small, humble, unwitting situations, unwitting townspeople, and just the little inner workings, how people think. I love the way he writes about things. Yes, he tends to go off the wall in his final acts, typically. But that's why he's so well adapted to film, is because so many times if he has a filmmaker that understands that element of Stephen King, they can channel it into just awesomeness. So yeah, I need to read the Needful Things. Okay. Montana, I love your insight. Thank you. Hmm. Chaos Hoy, I lost all sympathy and respect for Hollywood. Amen. Hmm. Evan Ovsky asks, "What's everyone's opinion on the Andor series? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm curious what everyone else's opinion is, because if it's actually good, maybe I'll watch it. But I have little to no faith left in anything being produced now, and it's not that I don't think it's good in general. It's just for my life. I don't want to spend extra time committing to new storylines, new plot lines, new characters if the payoff isn't going to be totally worth it. And a lot of times with these newer series, it's just so hard to say whether there's any real integrity behind how they wrap things up. And I think a lot of it's just about getting people watching instead of actually getting people to be along on the journey. I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to describe. It sounds really nebulous, but I swear there's a feeling there that I have, and I don't like it. I have a bad feeling about it. Anyway. Um Tony Tony movie. Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp fan. Does anyone remember when Christopher Walken was the exterminator in Mouse Hunt? I do. I remember that. I loved that movie as a kid, and I remember showing my papa Gus. I rarely watched movies with him. He was Lithuanian. His first language was Lithuanian, but he absolutely loved physical humor, and I watched that movie with him, and he laughed so hard at that movie. He thought it was so funny. Miss my Papa Gus. But yes, the exterminator. He was funny as the exterminator in Mouse Hunt. Oh my gosh, that's my alarm already. Oh, so I put an alarm when I should start wrapping things up because I have to eat. I'm really hungry. I did a yoga class right before this, so I'm kind of hungry. But I'm also like so excited that I probably won't even be able to eat right away. So I'm gonna keep going for a little while. But it remains to be seen how long I will stay here, but just know we're all part of this ride together. So King of Ruckus Nova is sitting on the arm of my couch staring at me right now. She really wanted attention when I got home, but I decided that I was going to try to stream. So I'll give her attention even if she comes over, I'll give her attention. But once I'm done streaming, then we'll cuddle. Salem Paris, yes, I got into Stranger Things. I've seen all of Stranger Things now. I've seen all of Stranger Things, and I really enjoyed the first several seasons. I think the last season, I think it was really good, but I didn't love the way it wrapped up. I thought there was way too much exposition and just expository dialogue by the villain, which is my least favorite kind of expository dialogue. If you're a villain, are you explaining the plot to someone that you could just easily kill? It's just, oh, like, no, don't ever do that. I thought the show was smarter than that, so that definitely let me down a little bit, but it was still fun, and I still really enjoy Stranger Things. And it's funny because the first time I watched it, I really didn't like Stranger Things, and I thought it was just catching in on nostalgia, which it is, fair. But at the same time, you can tell that there's a lot of love for the properties that it's referencing. So even if it is derivative, it still has its own originality to it. It still does make its own atmosphere and themes and characters. So I do appreciate Stranger Things. I do. I do. Didn't love the way it ended in the last season, but we'll see how they do next time. Hi, KA. Good to see you. Wait, Do my eyes deceive me? I think I see a Kelly. Oh, Montana. Oh, wait, in Praise of Shadows, you talked about why horror books have lost their identity. I did really appreciate that. Me and you circle some of the same channels. Yeah, I bet we do because you and I both like cosmic horror, Lovecraftian horror. I love that side of YouTube. My YouTube is all over the place. I took a screenshot the other day of my phone because one of my recommendations was a video essay on how to make the audience cry, and the thumbnail was the man from The Green Mile sitting in the electric chair. And then the video right above it that was being recommended to me was like just a round frog's butt. It was, and it's so cute. These little frogs, they're so round. They just look like these little potatoes. I love frogs. I love all animals, but like these little frogs just look like little potatoes. They're just so funny, the juxtaposition between like this cute little round frog butt and then like a very serious video essay about the emotional core of film and how to actually move your audience through good filmmaking and good writing. So yeah. Anyway, my YouTube recommended page is all over the place. Oh, KA. Oh, thank you for your super chat. Oh my gosh, $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Kelly. Kelly, the stream the world needed. The world is now a better place. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much for your super chat. That's really sweet of you. Oh, all right. Let's see. Montana says you may really like the new Suspiria. Ooh, I loved it. I know. It looks really good. I watched the Red Letter Media review of the whole thing, and it looks really good. I don't doubt that it's good. What worries me is that it's too dark for me because I don't like really unsettling, like, nihilistic horror. It's the nihilism for me because I have teetered in my life, on the edge of nihilism, probably since my, like, mid to late teens, and being nihilistic just sucks. So when I see things that remind me of that and just kind of the dark emptiness, that exists outside the spectrum of reality that we kind of distract ourselves with every day, it just freaks me out a lot because I don't know, like some horror movies really touch on that. So I'm worried it might do that to me. But I also am intrigued because it looks really good. So I don't know. Hmm. Thank you, Generation Productions, for your sweet comments. I appreciate that. Tony, yes, Tony movie, Chappie Dina Neil Blomkamp, #1 fan. I love lo-fi music. I will put lo-fi, the channel Lo-Fi Girl on pretty much anytime I need to study or get work done or edit. It's so good. It like closes the ambient loop. Like I live in a in a complex and it can get really loud here sometimes and distracting. They're like loud kids screaming at the pool sometimes. So it can be very loud, people talking right outside my door, but I feel like when I put lo-fi on, it just kind of closes the audio loop. It makes me feel like all that noise is more ambient than being the focal point of what I'm hearing. I just love the way lo-fi kind of creates a beat around life, so to speak. It's very cool. So I put lo-fi in almost all my videos that I edit now. I hope you guys like that. I love lo-fi music. I just think it's just so cool, easy to listen to, and it doesn't really distract. I try to find music that doesn't really distract from whatever's going on in the actual film, or not film, film, video. Ooh, Charlie Stevenson, you saw The Shining in theaters during its first run. That's awesome. Oh, that must have been such an event. That's really cool. Oh my gosh. Patrick Miller, thank you for another super chat, Patrick. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you for your super chat. Patrick says, I watched the new Suspiria with my girlfriend. It's pretty great. Also check out Stepford Wives, the original. Really? Really? It's pretty good. Gotta go. You have a Discord channel. I do not have a Discord channel. I tried like starting a Discord. I could not figure it out for the life of me. This is honestly, YouTube is the only social media I use at this time. I have other social media, but I just don't use it. I haven't logged on to Instagram in months. I haven't logged on to Facebook in months. But yeah, Oh my gosh, it's good to hear from you, Patrick. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I want to see. I'm tempted to see Suspiria. I'll think about it. I hadn't thought about the original Stepford Wives though. Maybe I'll try anything once. Oh, Montana. Oh my gosh, I forgot about R.L. Stein. Yes, R.L. To be fair, I did read R.L. Stein before Stephen King, I believe, and even before R.L. Stein, I read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, which, if you're familiar with the illustration, is just like impeccable kids horror, just great. It's scary. It's just those images stick with you. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. All right. Hi, Lauren Masters. Oh, hi, Lauren. It's awesome to see you. I'll never forget Martin. 3 hours later, Keck 44. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna be that. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm still catching up on the chat. Dave Myers. Hi, Dave Myers. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, Dave. Okay, bet on Kelly watching Mr. Ballin videos. You know, I used to watch Mr. Ballin all the time, but then it started getting too dark for me. And like, I don't know, he covers a lot of true stuff that's really happened, and he does a great job with storytelling. He's great. He's very charismatic. He does a wonderful job relaying information and stories and taking you through the synopsis of events, but I am not a fan of just kind of like really messed up things happening to people being told for entertainment. Not saying anything against his channel, but I just noticed that it's a huge market on YouTube right now is the true crime market. Um, Once in a while I will watch those videos more so for missing persons because I feel like I don't know, there's something about missing persons cases that resonate with me. I've had an experience in my life with that, with losing a person in my life, and so maybe it's something about that. And there's also something about the fact that a lot of these haven't been solved yet, and the families are still looking for answers. So those to me resonate more than just kind of hearing about like just the awful things that humans can do to each other. Although I know there's information to be garnered from those things. I think I like it more in almost a documentarial style or being relayed with a sense of empathy rather than being relayed for entertainment or spooking people or freaking people out because these are people's real lives. And um I don't know. I will dabble in that area of YouTube, but the moment I start to feel as though the way that the information is being relayed is kind of gratuitous or for shock value, I kind of tune out a little bit. Um, Nothing against Mr. Ballin though, because he does a great job relaying information. I love some of his stuff, but sometimes they're just really, really dark stories. I can't watch those. Hmm. KA, this is why you should stream more. We're your virtual support system. Thank you. Yeah, I do feel that way. Thank you guys. You guys rock. Oh, Iron Raiden. Thank you so much for your super chat, Raiden. That's so sweet. If they're $20, thank you so much. If there's a word to describe you, it's charming, not cringe. Thank you. You offer terrific insight in all aspects of life, and that is appreciated. You may not be around all the time, but when you are, you brighten the screen each time. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Raiden. You're awesome. Thank you so much. That means so much to hear from you. Thank you for your kind words and for being so supportive and so like appreciative. That really means a lot to me because I guess I do need to hear it in a weird way. Even though you guys are so good about telling me that, I think I need to believe it from within myself, and I'm working on that. I'm really working on believing in myself and tuning into oh, what I really want and how I want to be. And I think because I want to be so like myself, it's overwhelming because then if I put myself on the internet as myself in an authentic sense, it feels very vulnerable as compared to if I was more of like a kitschy character or like a caricature of myself. And I think when I first started YouTube, I was very guarded in a lot of ways. Even though I was still myself, I kind of just had this very like bubbly, silly kind of persona, and that is part of me. It's definitely true to who I am. I'm definitely like that. But I have other sides to me too that are a little bit more pensive and fragile, I guess. And it's scary to put that side out of me out on the internet, on YouTube in general. So I appreciate those of you who show up and like see that and appreciate it and support it, and those of you who are willing to share that side of yourselves as well. So thank you, and that means a lot. Thank you so much for your beautiful words and for your super chat and just for your ongoing support. It really means a lot. Thank you. Ooh, good for you. Montana deleted my Facebook and my Twitter. Oh, girl, I'm proud of you for that. That's big. I don't have a Twitter, but I've heard it's extremely addictive to people. But the worst part about it is that it really engages a lot of people's like egos and shadow selves because it gets people so riled up about whatever the hot button topics are. So that's something that I try really hard to stay away from. I am not a fan of getting too riled up about that stuff because ultimately getting riled up clouds the mind, and I imagine your mind must feel so much clearer now not having that in your life. I know it's addictive though. I know people love it and spend so much of their time on there as with a lot of other forms of social media, but good for you for getting off of there. Yeah, I good for you. That's awesome. Wild cooking. I have not seen Andor yet. Do you like it? You're asking if I like it, but I don't know. Do you like it? I haven't seen it yet. Archie Barrett. Good to see you. Archie Brett. Oh, yes. Adventures with Purpose is great for that stuff. Yes, I know they just found like, they just found someone recently, or they found her vehicle, a missing person. So they do a good job of that. I haven't actually watched their channel, but I've heard good things about them and the fact that they're out there doing good things. I will always appreciate people doing that. Oh, Montana, yeah. Imposter syndrome is real, girl. I suffer from it. Yeah. It is real, for sure. I still have it. Working on it. Okay, a fair point. I was thinking about the supernatural stories. Yeah, I do like those. My favorite Mr. Ballin video is actually one of his earlier ones where he describes a story that he went through. He does such a good job with his storytelling. He's a YouTuber, by the way, guys, if you don't know who we're talking about. Mr. Ballin. He describes, it's the only video he has like this. I've never seen him do another one like it, but he describes a supernatural situation that happened to him when he was younger, and he does such a good job. And I'm a notorious skeptic. I would love to believe in ghosts. Alas, I do not necessarily believe in ghosts. If there's ever proof, I will. But don't get me wrong, I listen to Art Bell every night before I go to sleep, or not every night before I go to sleep, but if I can't sleep, I pop my earphones in, I put on Spotify, and I put on a good old Art Bell Coast to Coast or Ghost to Ghost or Midnight in the Desert. And I will listen to people tell ghost stories and Bigfoot stories and UFO conspiracy stories all night long. I will, and it puts me to sleep, and I love it so much. But I'm still a skeptic, and I still don't really truly believe in that. But I really want to, because I really want to believe that this is not the only life we have, and that the people that we love that we lose will be somehow reunited with us. But if you've had your own experiences, that's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, Mr. Ball does a great job explaining those, or talking about those. Oh, thank you, Montana. Oh, so sweet. Daniel, thank you, Daniel. Authentic is why I love your enjoy your streams, Callie. A happy energy that is pleasant and chilled. So please do you. Thank you. That's really sweet. You guys are awesome. Oh, wow, Montana, good for you. I was lucky not to have gotten addicted to Twitter and Facebook. I deleted during the beginning of COVID because of how ugly everyone was being to each other. I couldn't do it anymore. Yep. Um, I think one of the most disheartening things about the last couple years has nothing to do with the actual, like, what people were what people were freaking out about. It's how they were treating and othering each other, and I just it's very frustrating, to see and be a part of, uh, so I don't blame you for wanting to get away. I took a big backseat myself from social media in general, and I just kind of leaned into my introversion more over the last couple of years and realized like I really need boundaries. And I realized certain types of people will push your boundaries and that's okay. But it's important to have boundaries energetically for yourself. Boundaries aren't for other people, they're for us. So if you don't want something in your life, if you don't like the way it makes you feel, that's for you to decide and to choose and to get clear on. And that's something, I really love seeing when people do that for themselves because it's a way of taking control. I think people feel powerless. It's a time of powerlessness and feelings of hopelessness for people. So I think ways to get back that sense of because the only thing we can control is ourselves. We can't control anything else. There is nothing we can do. I mean, there is very little change we can enact in the real world other than how we conduct ourselves. So if people aren't willing to work on themselves or channel themselves in a way that's constructive or healthy, we're not going to get the best results out of anything. So I really, really value seeing people kind of take all those feelings of powerlessness and lack of control and return to a sense of inner, an inner locus of control to where we're not projecting outward. And I think that's one of the worst things that um, social media has done to people is how not only has it clouded people's minds, it has taken people from the driver's seat and put them in this like helpless passenger seat where they're really angry all the time at the way the vehicle is going and they're really angry at everyone else on the road and it just gives people this false sense of reality. I don't like it and that's why I stick to YouTube. It's because I I've watched so many YouTube videos that have helped me understand myself and kind of helped me understand people differently. And I've grown a lot from the content that I can source on YouTube, and I can't say that about other social media sites. So it's still to me the last holdout of like a I know you can learn stuff on other places, but I don't like learning when I'm addicted to scrolling on something, and I think that's what other places tend to, prioritize is keeping people on the app. Not that YouTube doesn't do that too, because they definitely do, but you can kind of tweak it a little bit differently with YouTube so far. At least they're letting us still do that for now. So I've tweaked it so that I only get, notifications from channels and recommendations from videos. I try to always like the videos that make me feel good. So I get more of those and ignore the videos that don't make me feel good. So I'm getting more and more videos to my feed that either help me learn something, help me understand myself better, help me understand other people better, or sometimes just cute baby animal videos because you can't go wrong with those. Anyway, I got lost in that comment for a while. Wow. Archie Barrett, I only use YouTube for entertainment. I sell my Facebook though. Sell things on Marketplace, obviously. Haha. Oh, DJ Fox is here. Hi. Oh, hi, DJ Fox. Ah. Oh my gosh, that bot's still here. We're just gonna ignore them. Pepper Diane says, "Really disappointed Andor doesn't seem to want to be a Star Wars show." Interesting. That's the first feedback I've heard about Andor so far because I haven't I haven't seen it. Interesting. Hmm. Everyone is hiding and unhiding the bot. We're just gonna let the bot be. You know what? We'll just let the bot be and see what they do. Let's just social experiment. Just let the bot be. Eric K. Ooh, I've had a few ghost type encounters I cannot explain. Love that. Very cool. Please share. Montana. It's why I've sort of departed from the fandom menace. As sad as it is to say, I just don't identify with the content anymore. Yeah, I could understand that. I think there was definitely a time and a place where it was super fun and valuable for a multitude of reasons. And then I think, obviously, as with anything, people disperse into their different corners and do their own thing, which I think is super cool. I love seeing that people are doing their own thing now. Um, but inevitably, with any group, people are going to get hurt. People are going to get frustrated. People are going to feel unheard in some ways. People are going to feel unappreciated in other ways. It's just part of being in a tribe. And the thing is, once it gets so big and there's so many dissenting opinions, it's really hard to keep kind of that fun flow going. So people need to branch off and do their own thing. That's just how things go. But yeah, I don't even know like if it would be called, is it even called the fandom menace anymore? Who knows? I definitely considered myself part of it during a period of my life, but I don't even know if it's really even still a thing. I think it's kind of diversified into different factions. So I'm in my own weird, wacky corner that I don't think many people really dabble in as much anymore. But I don't know. I'm a lone wolf. I don't mind being in my own wacky world. That's kind of how I've lived my whole life so far, and it's worked out okay. So it's always been interesting. So I'll take it. But yeah, there was a lot of great stuff that came out of it. There were some really fun things. There's some really cool people and connections and relationships. So I'll always appreciate that and look on that fondly. Good night, Gary Sharts. Matt G. The bot just wants to be loved. You guys are botanists. Girl, yes, Montana says, everyone is so angry all the time. Like, damn, is it honestly that bad? I mean, if you redirect your focus on what's good in your life, then your perspective changes. Bang, boom, there it is. That is precisely one of the reasons that I think I took so much time away from YouTube was that I started to realize that I was going down a path that was seductive in some ways, um, but frightening in other ways. Not frightening in a sense of like, I don't know, maybe that sounds dramatic to call it frightening, but I was starting to lose my sense of self in some ways. And I think in order to maintain, I'm just I don't know. I feel like I need to go by the beat of my own drum. I need to, and I like it, and I enjoy riffing with others and talking with others and bouncing ideas off of other people. I love that. That's one of my favorite things to do. But I started to notice that I was going down a path where, like, it seemed like so many people had the same opinions or the same outrage, and there was so much anger, and it was like monetizing anger and outrage and rejection of the status quo. And that's valid. I understand that. I understand rejecting the status quo for sure. It's part of what we do, societally over time. We have to reject the status quo at a certain point because the status quo will never be good for everyone. That's just the way it goes. Um, But when that becomes the entire focal point of anyone's life or discussion, it loses its luster, and it can get a little bit tired and a little bit topical too. It wasn't go I love, as you guys know, I love going into, like, um, kind of not uncharted territory, but territory that, like, you you have to trust the people you're around to talk about certain topics, and I don't like staying super topical for long. I burn out really easily in conversation, if it stays superficial or topical for too long. I really like talking about the things that get my brain going on a daily basis, which are more like existential or philosophical or psychological, like that kind of stuff. I'll talk about movies, but I want to talk about what I love about movies. And if I'm going to talk about what I don't love about movies, then I want to talk about why and what makes that interesting. Because if you don't like something, that's interesting to me. When people don't like things, when people are railing against things, what's more interesting is not the thing they're rallying against, it's why they're rallying against it. What makes someone so heated about something? What does it strike up within us? The fire within us that makes us want to lash out or reject something. That's so fascinating to me because it's a survival mechanism, and it's ancient, and it's so cool, and there's so much to talk about. There's so many fascinating things to talk about, and I feel like I just get bored when people don't wanna talk about the fascinating stuff. Like, sometimes you just gotta go there. So, anyway, not to say that that's I think that's just the internet as a whole. It just humanity, it's always been that way, I guess. Tabloids and the superficial stuff is always the stuff that's the most readily available, and searchable and quotable to people, but gotta delve into the darkness sometimes to really have the meaningful talks, I guess. KA, it was great seeing you. Thank you for joining the stream. DB, elbow cough. Hmm. Oh, good for you, Attack Pig. I never really had social media. I never liked it. I always thought it was more of a dumb concept than it was a dumb concept that does more harm than good. Agreed. Totally agreed. All right, guys. I'm reading about. Oh my god, I'm getting tired. I need to eat soon. All right. Mm, yeah. Archie, good point. I think the fandom menace may have fallen apart due to the fact that Disney doesn't care. No matter how much noise we make about how bad the new Star Wars content is, nothing has changed. Yeah, and the crazy thing is that I think for a while, I thought, at least, I think some of us thought, and I know I did, I thought that things might change when people spoke out against what they didn't like. Um, and in some ways they doubled down, but it looks like there's more fan service and nostalgia service in the newer series that they've been doing, but I haven't really been engaging with those, so I don't know for sure. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is money, not taking care of the fans. So I think we all kind of realized that at a certain point, and yeah, there's not a lot of art, to be had from this. But I'm sure there are moments and people love it, and I love that if there are people still enjoying it, then that's awesome. Like, take that all the way to the bank. If people are still enjoying things, let them enjoy them. It's one of the good things that we have right now. So anyway. Oh my gosh, this bot's still here. Oh my gosh. Hi, Dimaginai. Good to see you again. Hey, Zake Rot 315. Howdy. It is good to see you. Mm. Hi. Aw. Archie Archie Barrett says, "I think online dating is worse than social media." I've actually not ever tried online dating before. I'm one of those weirdos that's only ever met people in person. Ooh, Salem, Paris, great question. Do you ever feel do you ever wish you found your tribe of people, or have you? I feel like it's difficult, especially when you live alone, when you love alone time like I do. So, the closest thing I ever had to having a tribe of people, um, was when I was at university, and I slowly but surely started meeting people that I just gelled with. Um, I was I was really nervous. Well, I shouldn't say that. Okay, so I had high school friends too that I was really close with. My group of high school friends, we were super close. We were all very different. That's one thing I can say about most people that I've ended up in a tribe with, so to speak. We're all very different. We weren't like a homogenous group that all agreed on the same things and liked the same things. And that's what made it so fun and exciting for me because I was still allowed to be my individual self. And I, like you, Salem, and also I'm very introverted and I enjoy conversing with other people, but it has to be when I have the energy to. And I'm not good at like ongoing talking all the time. I need to retreat to myself. Sometimes I need days or weeks without having contact with people. So it's like, obviously through work and other social settings, sometimes you obviously need to communicate with people. But I enjoy communicating with people on a basis of there's something meaningful to talk about, so we'll connect on that and then disperse again. I'm not good with like constant check-ins and stuff. So any tribe that I've ever had they've been people that understand and reciprocate that. The closest thing to a tribe I have now is I have my best friend that I grew up with. We've known each other since we were 4. We were like close. We were pretty close in our neighborhood, so we met each other when we were really little when both of our parents were on walks together. Um, so she's still my best friend to this day. Um, and then I guess my family, my fiance, like that's my tribe now, but it's very small and we're dispersed. It's hard because this day and age, I think, I've moved across the country. My family's still on the other side. The people that I was closest to, all like my mom, my mochita, and my papa were the people I was closest to in my life, and they all passed away in the last decade. So I feel like I lost a lot of that. And I do think it's up to the individual to build their tribe if they want one. I like being a lone wolf at the same time. I don't know at this point in my life whether I'll ever really strike out to seek that again, but if it happens organically, of course. But no, I don't have a close-knit tribe. I think it would be a beautiful thing to have. I think it's a natural state for humans to live in. I don't think what we're doing now, living in gigantic sprawling cities, and having the internet and social media the way it is, I don't think it's healthy for the human spirit. That being said, I do think some people find a sense of belonging online, which is beautiful. I do feel a sense of kind of a tribe with some of you guys here when I do log on and actually engage, and that's really special. But I think the secret to a tribe is people accepting that everyone's different, everyone has a different purpose and a different way of being. Um, Being able to come together around the fire for whatever the song and dance is that night, but also being able to disperse and have quiet moments, being able to hunt together in a group, being able to gather together in another group, being able to go fetch water in whatever group that is. Like, it's important that people have roles and a feeling of purpose and also a sense of belonging within the tribe. And feeling like an outsider is we're wired to feel like feeling like an outsider is dangerous. So that's why feeling lonely can feel so painful for people, actually like physical pain, because as much as many of us can be introverts or lone wolves, we also still want to feel a sense of belonging and acceptance. We still need to feel seen and worthy to other people. Psychologically speaking, that's really important. Even working with children, like it's one of the most important things that parents don't realize they're doing is they're making their children feel like their children aren't seen. And it doesn't mean that they don't love them because every parent is trying their best. But a lot of kids that come in with behavioral issues into school, it's because a lot of the time they don't feel seen or they feel a sense of unworthiness. So they're acting out of their own internal sense of a lack of control or a lack of belonging. And that's not made any better by the school system or society at large, and definitely not by the internet, because the internet draws out kind of the worst in people by bringing out people's egos and shadow self. So it's all a lot. It's all a lot, and it's all a lot to talk about, but it's very fascinating and I love it. And I wish we had talked more about this on the stream. Thank you for bringing this up. This is probably one of my favorite topics that we've talked about tonight. So thank you, Salem, for that question. That was great. But yeah, I guess I'm nervous because I feel like I'm supposed to be talking to everybody in the stream, but then when I go off on these tangents, I'm worried that I'm losing people. So let me know. Is it okay that I go off on tangents? Because I really like going off on tangents, but then I feel like I'm leaving people out. And then I can't catch up with the chat. So anyway, that was cool. Thank you guys. Thomas Woodford, good night. DJ Fox, aw. Oh, DJ Fox, I'm glad you're streaming. I've had a rough time lately and you're so genuine. It's uplifting. Oh, DJ Fox, thank you. I'm sorry you've been having a hard time, man. That sucks. Hard times suck. I wish nobody had to go through them, but then at the same time, if no one ever went through hard times, people would be so boring. So you're probably a more interesting person because of your hard times. I'm sorry if that's invalidating to you. I'm sure whatever you're going through is hard, but remember, you are valuable. And your hard times, you can channel them into something better for yourself in one way or another. I have belief in that. Matt G, thank you so much for your super chat, Matt. It's good to see you, Matt. I appreciate that. Wait, oh my gosh, you know what I just realized? Wait, hang on. I don't think I can see super stickers on here. I'm assuming you sent a super sticker, Matt. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to see if I can find it. Super sticker. Matt G, where are you? I'm looking for your super sticker. Oh, no, nothing. It's nothing. It's blank. Look. It's just a blank super. So I guess it wasn't a super sticker. Anyway, thank you, Matt, for your super chat. It's good to see you. Ultimate Toby, no worries. We'll see you later. Oh. Hi, Macca P. Apathy has set in towards Disney and Star Wars. The Phantom Menace conveyed our anger, but that's no longer relevant. I still think it's relevant. I do. I still think the anger is relevant. I just think it needs to find new ways to come out. I think things can get redundant when people follow that line too far to where their entire brand or their entire identity is reactionary with anything in life. So I think it's good to come up with new concepts, new ideas, new understandings, new ways of being, and not out of a sense of betrayal or rejection or revenge, but out of a sense of wonder and inspiration and the whimsical element of storytelling that we all fell in love with these things in the first place for. That's what we want. We don't want revenge. We want beauty and inspiration and thrill. We don't want to destroy what's out now. We want it to be rebuilt as something that inspired us in the first place, that gave us a sense of awe when we were children or young adults, that made us feel differently about the world, or that made us dream bigger than we thought we could have. Like, those are what we want. So I do think there's always a space for that. And we have to keep that alive. We have to keep our alive. We have to keep writing alive. We have to keep the creative spirit alive. It's just harder to do now. And I think the people that are still doing these things have kind of maybe dispersed into their own corners because it's not as it's so it's easily looked at by the masses as something that's not as valuable. So they kind of have to build it on their own and then bring it forth. It's almost like the best movies you don't really hear about till they're out. You don't hear all the fanfare. You don't see the billboards. Like it's almost like this sign of insecurity when you see billboards everywhere and commercials everywhere and ads for things and just constant being pumped into your periphery of this is out now, this is going to be game changing. This It's like I like the quiet projects that just kind of pop up and then word of mouth gets the momentum going, and before you know it you're seeing a film that completely moves you and changes the way you view life. Like that's awesome, and those things do still happen. You just have to have the other stuff on mute sometimes, I think, to pay attention to those better things. Moons of Madness, thank you for stopping by the stream. It was great seeing you. Hello, can't head a ball. Eric K. Eric K's, what's the word? Omnipresent. Eric K's omnipresent. He's in 3 streams at once right now. DJ Fox, we are your tribe. Oh, thank you. Oh, Matt G, no. Oh my God. Oh, Matt G, I didn't know about this. Matt G, been a bad year. My girlfriend passed in January after an epic battle with a monumental disease for over a decade. If it wasn't for her spiritual beliefs, she would have died 10 years earlier. Matt, I'm so sorry. I had no idea you'd been through this. Crap. I'm really sorry, Matt. That's awful. That is rough. I was used to seeing you pop in with so much like levity and fun, and I understand why that's hard. I'm really sorry, Matt. Like, God, I have no words. Losing our loved ones is truly the worst. It's the worst human experience. So I'm so sorry. I hope you're taking care of yourself and tuning into what you need right now. Grief is the only way with grief is through. You can't go around it. So as tempting as it might be to distract yourself or suppress things, like remember, like feel what you need to feel, let yourself feel that and move through it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I just know grief is just the worst, hardest human experience. So I'm so sorry. Everyone, please send Matt G your well wishes, because he's a good guy. You're a good guy, Matt. I'm wishing you well. Hi, Holocron Library Fox. Oh, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hi, Nitrium. Oh, Daniel, sorry to hear that. I'm going back to Korea soon and want to make sure I visit my sweet grannies who are close to past their 90s. Wow, yes, please visit your grannies. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm glad you're going home to see them. That's really important. One of the things I'm most grateful for in my life is that I was so close with my grandparents. They're such gems, and I learned so much from them. I love my grandparents. I will miss them forever and love them forever. You guys are awesome. Thanks for showing up. Hi, Vistra. It's good to see you. Hi, Physics Channel with Kenny Lee. Hi, Kenny. Macca P. Oh, thank you, Macca P. Yes, the tangents are part of the fun. Thank you. See, I'm always worried about my tangents because I'm worried. Yeah, thank you, Eric. Go off wherever your mind takes you. Oh, I love the tangents. Okay, good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do need food soon, Daniel. Thank you. Oh, okay. All right, I'll do more tangents then. Maybe next time I'll do more tangents. Side ops. Hi, side ops, diecast. Aw. Okay. Wow, you guys like the tangents. Okay, so give me another tangent to go on, guys. Before I go and eat my dinner, because it's late now, I gotta eat soon. Give me one more tangent. Give me a nugget to work with that's interesting, deep, not too polarizing, um, and give me something. Give me something to work with. I'm gonna the first one that gives me something to work with that I can go off on a tangent on, I'll take it. Ooh. Aw, Eric. Thank you for your super chat, Eric. Love you. Kelly, love you, but go eat. I know I'm really hungry and I already have food in my fridge. I have a Mediterranean um chicken kebab with hummus and um rice. I'm so excited. I'm so hungry. Matt G. Oh, I love this, Matt. My girlfriend believed in reincarnation, so she believes in regeneration. I have to hold on to that. I have people who refer to her as Time Lord Christina. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh, Time Lord Christina. Wait, was your girlfriend a Doctor Who fan? I have a feeling she was. That's really sweet. Oh, Matt. That's really cool. Well, I'm sure she's taking other people on a journey with her now to more meaningful places to do special things for our universe. Montana, Kanye West. Salem, Paris, do you believe in fate or destiny? Both. And neither at the same time. I don't know because I don't want to negate free will. I do think free will is important, and I've seen free will in my own life as I've learned to exercise it, although it can be challenging to do so. Montana, Kanye West. I do like some Kanye songs. I will admit I know all the lyrics to a few of his songs. Macca P, no fate but what we make. Terminator reference, love it. I use that quote all the time. Great Terminator reference. Or The Thing, Montana. Love The Thing. Carpenter's The Thing, some of my favorite practical effects of all time. So freaking beautiful. So freaking good. I got I caught up with the chat, you guys. I caught up with the chat. I'm at the bottom. I can't scroll anymore. I caught up with the chat. I'm here. I made it. I made it to the bottom of the chat. Oh my gosh. You guys made it. That means you guys have all stuck around long enough to see me get to the bottom of the chat. You guys are the real ones. Thank you. Matt G, she really wasn't, but loved Star Wars, Buffy, and Sailor Moon. But Doctor Who fit her beliefs if better, if I'm being honest. Oh, that's cute. Oh. Daniel, not sure if it's a tangent, but do you grow anything? Water my 150 plus San Marzano tomato seedlings with a syringe takes forever, but it's awesome. San Marzano are the best tomatoes, my friend. I don't grow anything like from seedlings, although I'd love to. If I ever am able to actually own a property one day, I'd love to have a garden. Right now I just have my house plants that I grow, and I do have a lot of house plants, and I'm pretty good at keeping them alive so far. Fingers crossed. It's been about 4 years and they're all alive and well. I have some of them that I brought back from New York. I have one of my mom's plants that is actually almost as old as I am, and it's come all the way from where she used to live in Connecticut. So it's come all the way out here with me. Hi, Derek, and hello. Rant on your pet peeves that never fail to happen. Derek, and that's a great question. Pet peeves. Oh, um, people who push your boundaries despite trying to set boundaries, and people that will hold you hostage in conversations. So, like, energy vampires and emotional vampires, for sure. Big pet peeves of mine. Can't stand it. Like, if you are in a social setting and I like talking to a bunch of different people if I ever have to go somewhere, but if there's ever that one person that just wants to monologue at you all night, or people that pull their phone out and just go through things on their phone with you as if that's a way of interacting, like, and I'm sorry if any of you do that, it's fine. Once in a while I love seeing photos. If you have a cute cat or a kid or a puppy or a snake or whatever you want to show me photos of, but like after like a few photos, put the phone down. Like that's not that face to face, human interaction. Love that. And I feel like I've been definitely someone that goes, as you know, on tangents in the past, but a big pet peeve is just people that just go on and on and on and on, and you can't get a word in edgewise and you want to leave and you're angling your body like away from the conversation. And it's always the person that doesn't notice or pick up on body language. That's a big pet peeve. So I guess my pet peeves typically revolve around human interaction, but or super opinionated people that already have their lines. Like it's one thing if you have an opinion about something and you're willing to explore it or bounce ideas off another person, but if you already have a script and you're so dug in your beliefs and you're not willing to examine them, or look at them through a new lens, that's a pet peeve. I don't enjoy interacting with that. So these are some of the reasons I'm an introvert, is because these people can be very challenging, but I'm getting better at setting boundaries and noticing right off the bat if someone's like that, and finding an escape route. Yeah, those are my pet peeves. And they never fail to happen because those people have homing devices for people. Like I'm I will pat myself on the back. I'm a good listener. When people need someone to listen to, I will listen, but sometimes it can be to a fault. I think people have like a homing device to where they see that I'm paying attention and that I'm invested and that I'm there for them, and they just emotionally dump. So, one thing that's always really healthy to know, I recommend all of you guys look into this. Look up the definition between emotional venting and emotional dumping, because those are two totally different things. Venting is very healthy and very necessary. Dumping and continuously dumping and not taking any kind of responsibility for what you're going through or what you're dumping about, that is very unhealthy, both for you and for the person you're dumping on or the people that you're dumping on. So always be mindful of that. I think in this day and age, it's really important because I think people get a lot of validation from just constantly dumping their feelings out there, their thoughts, their opinions, but it can be really enriching to actually kind of take a step back and examine, is this getting me anywhere? Is it helping me? Is it helping anyone else? Because if it's not, you can really make a strong pivot to going into the venting side, which can be much healthier, much more self-aware, and you can actually grow, change, and learn about yourself and move in a new, like, just more open, strong direction. It's like building a muscle. Emotional venting is like going to the gym. Emotional dumping is like sitting and eating a bag of potato chips and being angry that you didn't go to the gym. Like, but that's like the best way I can say it. And there's a chart. Someone made a chart. I think it's a psychologist. They made a chart. Emotional venting versus emotional dumping. And the biggest difference is emotional venting takes personal responsibility for what you're sharing. Emotional dumping puts the energy onto the people that you're dumping on so that they can make you feel better. And that's just it can be a very parasitic way of living. That being said, I've definitely been an emotional dumper on my past and I'm working on it. I don't want to be that person. I never want to be that person because it doesn't get you anywhere. It just doesn't. All right. Anyway, great question, Derek. Thank you again. Holocron. I'm living in the present again. Yes, that I can go on about that forever too. Living in the present. That's the answer. If anyone's struggling with anxiety, depression, let me tell you, living in the present leaves a lot less room for those things. And it's way easier said than done, but it is something that you can practice and get better at. Highly recommend meditation. Being in the present. Ooh, it is a gift. It really is. Mm. Oh, nice. Tony movie. Congratulations on your move and having all your stuff packed up. That is the battle itself is the packing part. So good for you. Salem, Paris. When are you your happiest? Beautiful question. When I'm not attached to outcome, when I'm present, when I'm grateful, when I feel connected to myself. And if I can feel connected to another person or other people during all of those other situations happening simultaneously, that is when I'm at my happiest. Also being in nature and connecting with nature. I find I can be really stressed, even if I'm trying to be present. If I've been on my phone too much, or if I feel like I've been just checking my phone too much for whatever reason, whether that be for work or social reasons, my brain feels really foggy. So I try to spend as much time away from my phone in a constant sense as possible. Um, I went back to the East Coast to visit family for the first time in a long time, and I didn't have my phone on me the entire time. I was gone for 12 days, and it was I forgot what it felt like to just be in the moment for so long. Like, I do meditation, and I do breathing, and I obviously do movements. I go in nature, I hike, and I have long stretches of time where I'm not on my phone. When I'm with other people, if you ever meet me in person, I will probably not ever be looking at my phone unless I need to look at it for a specific reason that's connected to the moment that we're in. But I do not like being on my phone when other people are around me. So it felt so good to be away from my phone for 12 days straight. And it reminded me of how I used to feel when I was young before phones were invented. And it's funny because we have such a fear of boredom now because we have this constant and continual access to phones and technology and whatever we want to watch, whatever we want to see, whatever we want to order, whatever we want to do. And I think it's created this feeling that there's a void underneath that, but there's not a void underneath it. That is the void. The void is being constantly connected to the infinite opportunities that are inside your phone. The phone is the void. So when you divorce yourself from the phone or the technology that's keeping you on your phone or the temptations, whatever they are, you're out. You're there. You're in yourself. You're in your body. You're in your head. You have no choice. And it might be hard at first unless you find a concrete reason to be away from it. But for me, it's very easy when I'm around people because I know my rule is if I'm around people, if I'm connecting with people, I'm not on my phone. Easy. And then the longer I spend off my phone, the less I feel connected to it and the more clear I feel in my head. So in present day terms, my happiest is when I'm not near my phone and I don't feel like I have to get back to anybody. I don't feel like I have to get back to I don't have to get into anything, and I can just be in my life, in myself, with my mind and whatever else is going on in the moment. Ooh, I like that, Salem, Paris. Have your opinion, don't let your opinion have you. Montana, Attack Pig is funny. He's taking over the world. He's taking over the world slowly but surely. Don't underestimate him. MJ1 Media. Hi, MJ1 Media. It's good to see you. Oh, Holocron Library Fox. Planted a few oaks when I was a little one. When I was little, one survived, went into the garden of my father's house after the divorce of my parents. Sadly, it got poisoned by a mad neighbor, but it had children before. One is almost as tall as I am now. Oh. That's so cool. One of my favorite proverbs is the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the next best time is today. So anytime you feel like you want to start something or change something, don't get wrapped up in the remorse or the guilt of not having done it sooner. Remember that this is the best time. Just do it. Like, if I leave you with no other message today, like, whatever it is that you've been kind of spinning your wheels on for yourself in your life, I really recommend starting to change and shift the way you view yourself around it. Start to become the person that gets it done, whatever it is, however lofty the goal might be. You get one life, as far as we know. We might get more. Like Matt said, we might get more lives. We might have we might be reincarnated. But for now, let's make this life count and do what we want with it. And if you have that ability to do something and to change something, do it. It's up to you. Gotta do it. Montana, oh, I have a tendency to monopolize conversations. I'm trying to work on it, but it does come from a place of me genuinely wanting to talk to people. I don't know. I guess I'm lonesome. Montana, you're awesome. First of all, the fact that you have any awareness around that you have that tendency is the biggest step. Awareness is 90%. The rest is just taking action and being aware that you have a problem. I don't think people realize how good that is. So many people go through this world and don't realize what their own, like, what's holding them back about themselves. So the fact that you have the awareness and the fact that you have the insight to realize that you just want to connect with people, that's great, because you can find ways to kind of mediate yourself when you're talking, to be aware of it and to say, do I feel like I'm connecting? You can kind of reassess as you go and say, do I feel like I'm connecting, or do I feel like I'm monopolizing? If you feel like you're monopolizing, you can take a step back and ask them a question. I don't know, like, because I've struggled with that too. Like, trust me, like, I'm not any better than you are at this. Like, I've definitely monopolized conversations before. And you're right, the driving factor of that is wanting to connect with others and feel, I don't know, a sense of being seen and heard and also understood by someone else is so special. And it can feel like a drug these days when it seems like a lot of people are so disconnected. So I definitely think you're within your rights to monopolize a conversation if it makes you feel connected. But also remember, sometimes connecting is the quiet moments, the pensive moments. And sometimes connecting is asking a question that gets someone going. Because I feel like you guys have helped me feel connected tonight by asking me questions. And I don't know, just freaking cool. I love it. King of Ruckus Bot is trying so hard to hit that quota. I love it. Oh, so good. Yes, Daniel, remember that proverb. I'll say it again for anyone that didn't hear it yet. Best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The next best time is today. Mm. Disease. What are conversations? Aw, this was a good night. Really great vibes. Thanks, Montana. Well, you were a big part of that because you add a lot to the conversation. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I love talking with you. Hi, Sorian Sky. Good evening. All right, guys. I've made it to the end of the chat again. Uh, and I am really hungry. So I think I'm going to go. It was really nice seeing all of you. We had some really cool conversations. I'm a little less nervous now, but it is still nerve-wracking, so bear with me if I don't stream again right away. I uploaded a video today, which was a big deal for me. I don't obviously do that all the time, so I hope some of you check it out if you're interested in it. I'd love to see your thoughts on that. But for those of you who made it to the chat, it means a lot. I love seeing your faces. I love talking. This has been awesome. Oh my gosh, the chat just jumped. I missed a lot. Hang on. Food, go food. Yeah, I'm so hungry. I am really hungry. I really gotta go. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you all for being here. May the force be with you. Take care of yourselves. Do what you want to do with your lives. only ones that can do it. Don't forget that. Don't wait for anybody else. Like Montana said, some people are waiting for a hero. It's not going to happen. No one's going to happen. No one's going to come into your life and change it for you. And even if someone comes in your life that's worth changing for, you have to be worth changing for yourself first. You have to do it for you. If there's something you want to change, there is a way to do it. You just have to find that way. It might be weird. It might be different. It might be uncomfortable, but the best things happen outside our comfort zones. Remember that. I was not comfortable streaming tonight. I'm still kind of uncomfortable, but I'm glad I did it because it pushed me outside my comfort zone and it pushed me into a place where I was able to connect with you guys for the first time in a long time, and it feels good. Scary. It feels good. Yeah. So thank you guys. Do it. Do it for yourselves. Whatever that is, it's worth it. You're worth it. You're all worth it. Thank you for showing up here tonight. You guys rock. All right. Bye, guys. May the force be with you.